Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. This time, I got the Superior Iron Man from the Zabu Build-A-Figure Wave, or as it says in the package, Marvel's Zabu. This figure retails for $24.99. I got mine, I think, from Amazon for only $14 during a Black Friday sale. I was someone who was actually looking forward to this figure, but I just didn't feel like it was worth $25. But having the figure in hand, I still feel that. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. I decided to take the box art out here, and he's currently standing on that. But I just really like the box art, and I wanted to show it off. It's orange, looks nice, and just some comic panels and speech bubbles say Marvel Legends in them. I'm probably not gonna keep this though. It's kind of warping, actually. You can kind of see that. It's supposed to be more like this, but oh well. Anyway, box itself looks nice. The orange continues from the logo there, clear back there. You get the image of Superior Iron Man on both sides, which that's kind of weird. I think in the past they had like a little read up of the character, but this one's on the back here. No renders, but you can see there. And then another photo of Superior Iron Man and the rest of the figures in the Build-A-Figure Wave, and there's the barcode. But I think this is a fan channel exclusive. Not quite sure. But accessories-wise, comes with the head of the Tony Stark there, which is on the figure, as well as the fully suited up Iron Man head. I'm gonna go ahead and show that off real quick. This one's actually put on in the box from the get-go. I kind of like it, but when I think of Superior Iron Man, I think of this. But if you just want to have a white Iron Man armor, you could do that. Although this isn't quite white; it's kind of like a pearly color. I'm trying to get a better. There we go. Take some of the lightness off. If you look at the back there, you can see all of the marbling and the plastic on the upper torso there. Pretty cool. But you also have two effect pieces here in blue. I believe we've seen these plenty of times before, but you can stick them in the hands here. They don't go all the way in, they only go about halfway in. You can see most of the peg. And then you can stick them in the feet, and those do go all the way in. So you have some options there. You only get two though, so choose wisely, I guess. Just depends on how you have it displayed. I was thinking about displaying this guy in a flight stand. Last accessories here, of course, you get the arc reactor, or rather the shooty hands, but I'm gonna probably use them like this. And then you also get some fisted hands, although these fisted hands are kind of like open palmed, like from here you can kind of see like it's more like this, like how do people punch someone like that? Like this hurts my hand, man. Like if I'm gonna punch someone, it's like that, and it's just like, don't get me wrong, I get that like it's made of metal and stuff, and you might not be able to get a full fist, but it's just ugh. Anyway, the hand here on the shooty hand can go fully perpendicular, so I do like that. Again, as I said, I'm probably gonna leave it displayed more like this, and I do like the color scheme of the figure. You kind of saw the marbling. Most of the marbling is just on that back piece there. You can kind of see on the breastplate though, there's like a line going across, and it's over here on this side too, not as easily visible though. Paint wise, there's not much here. It's mostly just black and the light blue color, but they even put the light blue up in those spots. They even lined that. They did line it down here on these legs, but it doesn't go fully up to the the edges. It's kind of this side looks okay, it's in the middle, but this side it's more to one side, so you see more of the white, and it just doesn't look as good. They even got the blue up here. This is brighter than this side, oddly. Kind of weird. But there's no like overspray that I could tell on that part. But yeah, all the black is painted as well. It's got like a more of a matte texture. And same thing with the legs here. All that black is painted, although this looks a bit more glossy. I think it's just the plastic they used is a little different in the legs. And if you notice, the legs are actually reuse. You can see the pins. The arms are new though. Uh, Not sure about the knees and the feet though. Those might be new. Those might not be new. But what leads me to believe that it is new, you can kind of see that it doesn't quite line up with the figure here. There's kind of a little bit of extra on the upper portion of the knee there. Um, does not have an ab crunch, but does have the diaphragm swivel, which kind of gets stuck. Like, you can twist it, but like it doesn't. It kind of stretches this upper torso, and I'm not too big a fan of that. You kind of get a bit of a very wobbly torso. It's not gonna wobble like some other figures that I own, but just something to point out. Just really nicely done figure. Of course, we gotta look at that head sculpt, which is great, and I think it has pupils. I'm trying to see. It's kind of hard to tell if it has pupils on his left eye here. If I can get it close enough, you can kind of see where like the sclera and the pupil is. It's a little bit different, but on this side it looks to be like all one color. So it's again very hard to tell. If you want to though, you could probably add in the light blue if you wanted to. I'm not gonna do that. I think it looks fine as is. So yeah, good looking figure. Mostly source accurate, but these legs being pinned, not a big fan of that, and they kind of have a weird like angle to them. Reminds me of like McFarlane figures where it goes down and then back down. Like, don't get me wrong, this is anatomical, but when it comes to action figures, I care more about how they display on shelf. And if I had displayed like this, it just looks a little weird when everyone else's legs are like straight down. Anyway, articulation wise, start at the head here with this head on, and I believe these are like the same sculpt pretty much. They're very similar. This one has a bit more cut out at the back so it could look up higher, but with this head, I don't like doing this because of the plastic they use. It's a bit more like rubbery, like it's not quite as solid, so you kind of have to be careful. If you've gotten any other prior Iron Man figure, you know what I mean. But there's that, and then oof, there's like basically no tilt, but there is, and of course it's on a swivel 360. I already showed you the articulation there, but that's as far forward as he can crunch, far back as he can. Shoulders, of course, 360, and you got the. Let's see, can I get it any higher than that? Not too bad on that. Can actually go above a T. You got the swivel of the forearm. You got the double joints. Let's get that. Yeah, the double joints, they don't go very high, do they? I think it's just because of how it's cut. I wish they cut more into the upper portion there, because you only get that much in there, and then you only get that much in there. It's just not great. Not great. This figure kind of looks like toothpaste now that I'm looking at it. Like, it's kind of what it reminds me of, toothpaste Iron Man. Some people were upset that this figure, isn't silver. And, I actually prefer the white. They could have gone with silver, but they didn't. And there's the last of the articulation. These feet do not want to pivot. They just do not. And I think it has to do with the back here. So, like, if I pull it forward, it can pivot a little bit. But when I pull it back, it just does not. And then, let's see, you got the swivel there. that looks funny. Can you do the splits? That's about as much as you got. I think that covers all the articulation in this figure. But let's go ahead and do our size comparison time here. Let's make sure he's nice and centered. So, Superior Iron Man here, he stands at, with the hair, like 6 3/4 inches tall. Well, he's not standing now. 6 3/4 inches tall with the hair. A bit shorter, so like at the top of his head, he'd stand at just about 6.5, it looks like. Anyway, let me get this. Let me get the light back in here. That's good. We'll have it a little darker just so you can see the white. But let's go ahead and start off with our Marvel Legends figures, my other Iron Man and armors. So you got Extremis here, still one of my favorites. And Superior is just a little bit taller, not by much, but just a little bit taller. Then we got Model 20 here, and Model 20 is taller by quite a considerable amount. Let me actually see. Yeah, they're the same height there. And lastly, we have the Iron Patriot. And I did try to do a head swap between, or rather, put this head over here. And well, the neck hole is way too high up in there, so he's got no neck if I put it on that figure. It does not look good. But, there's some Iron Man armors for you. Just my favorites, and actually the only ones I have. So I got 4 Iron Men, 3 of which are actually Tony, one of which isn't, but you know what I mean. Don't plan on getting any more Iron Man figures, but I don't know, that Hulkbuster looked pretty good. This guy does not want to stand up. He's just a little wobbly. And of course, we got our usuals: Scarlet Spidey, G.I. Joe Classified, Tiger Force Outback, and he doesn't want to stand up now. Gun's probably getting in the way. We have the Star Wars Black Series Retro Card Boba Fett, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Black Ranger. We have the DC Multiverse 7-inch figures with Atrocitus and the Gold Label Arkham City Batman. Let's get the Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection. And lastly, our wrestlers. We have the AEW Unrivaled Samoa Joe and the Mattel WWE Elite 100 John Cena. Man, nobody wants to stand up in this review. Let's pull that back. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this figure. Did you pick it up? Did you get it on sale? Is it worth the money? Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.